Hi everyone, here in Houston, Texas for a marriage-based green card application interview. Filed these clients' application in August and got the interview here in the end of October. So it was a little over 2 months, which is amazing. A trend that I'm seeing, at least I don't know if I'm getting lucky, but with my clients, but I'm getting my clients' interviews scheduled as soon as 2.5 months to 4 months. So this is some good news for these applications, even though interviews are back, that they are scheduling the interviews fairly quickly. It is dependent on the office. So there's other offices, like I know Atlanta, for example, it takes longer. I know one I had in Montana that was scheduled within 3-4 months as well. This one in Houston has been scheduled in about 2.5 months. So it was great. One thing I'll point out about the interview is that the officers are, again, they're going through 6 to 8 interviews every day, and their systems are slower. So sometimes, you'll catch them on a bad day. We had an officer who started out the interview without even introducing himself and was very skeptical of the client's marriage because they got married shortly after meeting, just like 5-6 months. There was an age difference between the petitioner and the beneficiary. The officer wanted to ask questions, was a little bit rude at first. That's when I had to interfere and ask him for his name, and he wanted to say that he has to do the interview himself, but there was legal questions that he was asking about why didn't they file the petition when they got married overseas. What kind of visa does he have? Was it B1, B2? Was it a B1 or a B2? Most people don't know these differences, and that's where an attorney can help kind of change the trajectory of the interview. So I was able to explain that stuff, even though the officer didn't want me to explain it. But when I explained it to him that, hey, look, most people don't know what a B1 or a B2 is. It just says B1, B2 on the visitor visa. And also, most people don't know that they can, file from abroad, or maybe they decide to, their finances aren't in order, or they have other good reasons for not. Maybe they are considering living abroad in the beneficiary's country instead of coming to the U.S. So there's multiple different reasons. So the officer was a little judgmental, a little bit kind of rude, because the officer thought that, because there's an age difference and they got married so quick. But it was their first marriage. They don't have any children outside. I thought that would make a difference, but these facts matter. So having the clients well prepared helps. And also just, being there to make sure that an officer doesn't get out of line and doesn't really kind of be unnecessarily rude to a client or applicants, and they don't unnecessarily maybe ask them more questions than they need to. Because when you go back to the application that we filed, it was well documented. There's a lot of good documents in there that were provided, so it should be approved by the end of today.